This episode brought to you by MeepleRealty.com, your source for high-quality custom board game inserts. Meeple Realty, think inside the box.
Hey everybody, welcome to Board Online, Board Offline. Today we have a insert video for you. We're going to be giving away an insert as well. This is the insert for Gloomhaven. It's called Gloomhaven Town. It's from Meeple Realty over at MeepleRealty.com. You can win this insert, but it's going to be hidden somewhere in the video. Not really hidden, but you just somewhere in the video I'll cut away, and that's where we'll explain exactly how you win this insert. So check it out. This is a game. Gloomhaven is a game that absolutely, in my opinion, needs an insert. I can't imagine trying to organize this game with the insert that they gave you and some bags and stuff. That would be a nightmare. So check it out. See what we've got going here. This is the Gloomhaven Town insert from Meeple Realty. All right, so let's take a look at this insert. Okay, so right here on top, I've got the sticker sheets. I assume that's going to be something that comes along in the game. Looks like it's explaining the letters, whatever it is. Doesn't matter. This isn't an unboxing. There we go. A, B, C, D. So obviously something to translate. We got the rule book up here, and or the solo scenarios and the rule book. And I threw a couple pencils in there myself. Just always have those. And then you've got your scenario book on top. And then actually this probably would have been better. That's really, well no, right about there is how those should have been in there. So you've got the tiles right here, just kind of freely up here, but it is very clearly the spot that they're supposed to be on. It's made clear in the directions. So we'll take those out real quick. All right, so then next up we've got this right here. So you can see here's this insert. Most of these different pieces are stuck together without any sort of glue. There are one or two of them, I'm trying to remember if this was one of them, where actually I might want to end up putting a little bit of glue on this corner, but for the most part they stick together well. I don't believe this is one that I already have glued some. I don't see any glue on it, but there are one or two where I've stuck some wood glue on there. Now you can see it's clearly labeled. You got trap, rubble, you know, all this different stuff to explain exactly where each of the pieces that's underneath it. It does fit on there nice and snug, which I'd rather be snug than loose for sure. Okay. And so you can see all of these fit in here nice and neat. Easily, you can reach in there, enough room for your fingers to get in there and pull them out. So there you go. You got tables, you got shelves. Good stuff. All right, let's put that top back on. I don't want any of this to spill out. That would be a huge mess. I really have there. I mean, I thought Zaya, needed an insert badly, which it did, and you can see that insert video a little later, but it's already up on the channel. But this one by far exceeds the need that Zaya had for an insert. This is definitely the game that needed the most. Okay, so underneath that one that I just had, and kind of on this slight little shelf here, I put the town records book there, and I've got the party sheet and this other stuff here that I'm currently using for my solo campaign. Let's go and pull the board out. See, that fits right there. All right, so there's the game board. All right, so these, I felt like this was a good spot for them, so I stuck them in there, right there. And now let's take a look at this. So this slides open like that. And you've got all of your conditions right here, which, by the way, is a separate tray that pulls out. Then you've got your money, your hit tokens. These are used, I guess, to mark different things that happen in scenarios as reminders, kind of. Not 100% sure what those are yet. Then you've got your summon tokens here. Here are the elemental tokens. And this right here, this tray in particular, the tray for the elementals right here, or I'm sorry, for the conditions right here, I love this a lot. That's really just having all these tiny pieces have their own little spot. You can see there's, for whatever reason, I can't talk, y'all, there's more of these than some of the others, and so I split them into two just to make it a little easier. But, you know, that's what that is here for. And again, that just slides right back on there. And this one right here I did end up gluing. I believe this corner, yeah, you can see over here I've put some wood glue on this corner, and I may have done it over here too. I'm not 100% sure. So next up, you can see here in this, and I'll pull this whole thing out in a minute, but you can see here's where all of the tuck boxes for the cards for the individual characters go. Now this one obviously I'm already using, which is why it's open. I went ahead and flipped the two that I'm using in my solo campaign. Over here we've got the Brute and the Mind Thief, and you can see I also, this is not the designated area to keep these sort of thing, this right here, but because I'm using them, I just went ahead and kept them out. And really though, most of what goes in here is you've got the bosses that are just kind of loose in this section. This tray right here is really kind of the catch-all, whatever's left tray really. You've got the tracker for the elements, you've got the stands. Here's my Brute that I'm using, obviously in there as well. You've got the sealed envelopes, the 3 sealed envelopes. You've got the sleeves for the enemies, for the enemy stack cards. And that's what really goes in this section, in this little tray, obviously. And then I put these tokens for the Mind Thief and the Brute in here as well. All right, let's pull that out. So that just pulls right out. If we can, and obviously it's a tight fit in here. Oh, let's catch it on this side. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so next up, let's put this somewhere it's not going to spill. Okay. Everything else is in here in much more structured locations. So let's go with this first. So obviously you've got these two handles here to make it easy to pick up, which I like. See that right there and there. And here are all of the enemies, and all with their own names. Inox Archer, Inox Guard, Shaman, all this stuff. So let's look inside of it. You can see on the sides has a spot for you to pull open. And this one pops open a little bit easier than that other overlay tray I was showing you a minute ago. And there you go. Everything's in here. And best of all, down below is a hole for you to be able to push things up, because obviously these are much tighter fit, so that could be troublesome getting them out if you didn't have that little spot there. And there we go. So all of them fit in here great, plenty of room, and then with them being labeled, you know exactly where they go, and there's no problem finding them. And then of course that just goes right back on there. There we go. All right, everybody, I hope you've enjoyed the video so far. Hope you've liked what you've seen from the inserts so far. Here is how you can win your copy of Gloomhaven Town. All right, so what you need to do is go over to MeepleRealty.com. You need to look at their catalog of inserts for board games, and then you're going to need to go over to my guild for the channel on BGG. And in the BGG guild, you're going to leave a comment there letting me know which of those inserts that they currently have, besides Gloomhaven Town, of course, is the one you'd like to have the most. Now, to be clear, the only one you can win in this contest is Gloomhaven Town, but I'm just interested to see what other inserts they've got that you would really like to have. Now, a couple things. Meeple Realty will cover shipping to everyone in the United States, and then they will cover shipping equal to United States shipping for international orders. So an international winner would have to cover whatever cost there is in excess of United States shipping. Okay, so I hope that's clear. You can find a link for the guild in the description below. You can also find a link to Meeple Realty's website in the description below. Good luck to you. I look forward to hearing you. Let's get back to the video. All right, so let's pull this one out next. All right, and sometimes they catch on that just a little bit on this other piece here. You just push that one to the side a little bit, pulls right out. All right, now we've got all of the character miniatures. You can see a little hole on both sides there. If you just pop that right open. There we go. And there's where all your boxes go for all the character miniatures. And of course, there's my Brute and Mind Thief right there. I actually have them in their boxes. Figured protecting the minis would be better. Would be more necessary than the actual character cards. All right. So now let's go down to this. Now, out of all the pieces that come in the game, this one is the one that is the most fragile, and I think I've decided I wanted to test it out by putting it back in the box. This is the first time it's been back in the box since I got it. And you can see that you're probably going to want to put a dab of glue on each of these, because you can see that they came out of their slots. There's these slots on the side, and they appear to have come out. So that'll be easily fixed by a dab of glue on each of them. Let me take a moment to kind of sort this out, and then you can see exactly how it fits. Okay, so there we go. So that's how it's going to fit when it's actually in there. Those will go there. I'm definitely, like I said, going to just put a little bit of glue in each of these sections here. There's one there. And that will fix all those issues. But what you've got here is all of the rest of the overlays. You can see you've got like the terrain overlays, basically, and the doors and stuff like that. All of them clearly labeled. And they kind of have a little divot that they sit down in there so that they all kind of stand up. And let me pull this out real quick. I can show you. So there, you can see down there how they just sit down right in there, and it holds them pretty well as long as that doesn't bow out. And that's not warping that causes that. It's actually that this piece is just a little on, because of the way it's cut, I assume, it's just a little bit more on the bendable side than some of the other ones, and so it's just a slightly more fragile piece of the insert than what normally you'd be dealing with these inserts. So we'll try some glue, and I'll put in the comments in a few days what I think about it after the glue settles in and takes care of that. Here we've got all the cards, and you can see there's spots to grab hold in all these locations here. These actually slide out, so you don't want to grab those, and that's, if you I guess you need to reach down and grab a card or what have you. There's plenty of extra room in here. I've split them up a little more than I need to in order to just kind of separate them as I want. You can also see I actually went ahead and wrote on here to help me keep straight where everything is. There's plenty of room, though, if you were to sleeve your cards, to go ahead and do that as well. You can see I have these extra cards for the Mind Thief and Brute in here, and then where are their current cards? They're in here as well somewhere. Anyway, so there's that for all of the cards. And then the final thing, just so you can see exactly what it looks like, is this right here, which just holds all of the individual cards and character sheets and all that stuff for the characters. Okay, so there you have it. That is the Gloomhaven Town insert for Gloomhaven, the board game from MeepleRealty.com. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you like this channel, consider subscribing and consider entering that contest to win your very own copy of Gloomhaven Town. And until next time, if you're bored online, board offline.